Hey guys, it's Danielle. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I've decorated my home for the spring season. So starting out on the entryway wall, as always, I didn't do too much this season, so I added a basket, some floral, I think that's from like Joann's or maybe Michael's, and then the Peter Rabbit book is actually from a yard sale. It was $1, and it's clearly been chewed up by a dog, but I don't know, I just wanted it to be more simple. So normally I have that greenish chair here, it's like really chippy and distressed that I found on the curb, but I switched it out for this wood one that I also recently found on the curb, and I just thought it was so beautiful. It actually came with two, or I found two, but it was broken, so I just salvaged some pieces. And then I saw this on Instagram that someone had like a throw blanket and a pillow just neatly on top of a chair, so I liked that a lot. And then I just added some greenery. I always keep these picnic baskets here, or some picnic baskets. That top one is new. These were both $2 separately at different garage sales, but I just like to have them there because it takes up the perfect amount of space. And then moving on to the wall behind that, I have my wooden cabinet, which I am going to be painting soon. I'm really sick of the orangey toned wood, but I wanted to go with a more garden themed situation, I guess, and I didn't have a ton of stuff to do that, so it's probably something that I'll carry on into the summertime as I find more pieces out thrifting. But I think my favorite part is this little stack of books here, especially the Better Homes and Garden book. I just think it's so beautiful. I think it's a 1970s edition, and I love it so much, next to those vintage flower frogs. Up top, I wanted to add my ironstone pitchers. These are the only two in my collection, and I've just put some Walmart lavender in them. This is actually a sign that I made out of a fence board that I found on the curb, and I just hand painted seeds on there and then distressed it. So this side of the room, I did just recently post a video of me decorating it, so I'll link that above, and I'm just gonna do like some close-up shots just in case you've already seen it. This video should be going up right before Easter, so I wanted to wish you all a very happy and blessed Easter Sunday, and I hope you have an amazing day with your family. Now we're moving on to the opposite side of the living room where the couch is, and I'm not showing a complete overview because the couch is always destroyed because of my two lovely dogs. But above it, this is the shelf above the couch. I really love how this turned out. I just wanted like a very rustic but still soft vintage feel to that, and I personally really like the way it came out. This large frame here, I just glued down a ton of vintage music sheets from a songbook, and I got that frame from a garage sale. And then this smaller frame here, you may remember from one of my recent thrift hauls. I think I paid $4 for it, and I mentioned how I wanted to turn it into a mirror, and luckily the Dollar Tree mirrors fit exactly perfectly inside of it. I was so happy. This is the end table by the couch. I always struggle with what to do here. It always ends up being just like leftover decor. So I just kind of threw whatever was left in a little basket. And then on the coffee table, I have this ironstone platter and some drippy pillar candles. And I just love the way it looks at night with the flames flickering. Moving on to the dining room and kitchen area. Now my dining room ended up being my favorite part of my spring decor. I just love the shelves, which you'll see in a few minutes, and then I love the simplicity of this pitcher and this French bowl on the table, and then I recently purchased that little kind of dresser scarf for underneath it. I got that off eBay. And then here's some more lavender from Walmart. These really are like the greatest deal. If you ever see them at Walmart, grab them because they sell out fast. In this back corner, I have I think it's like a bathroom cabinet, but I have to use it for our dog food and storage. I also keep my essential oils in here. So while I don't love it, I'm holding out to find a new piece of furniture that can take its place, and I want to wait for like the right price and the right one. So this bottom sort of hanging rod that I have here ended up coming together in like 5 minutes, and I really love how it turned out. I found this vintage apron for $3.99 at the thrift store, and I fell in love with it, so I wanted to display it here. This songbook was one of the last things that I added. I pulled it out of my vintage vanity room, and I think it just helped tie the whole thing together with those greens and pinks, bringing that like spring feel. And I always keep this basket here. I just like to display different vintage utensils that I have. And this hanging greenery, which I love, I'm pretty sure that is from Joann's as well. So moving on to the two shelves that you saw on the wall, this is hands down my favorite part. I just love the way it came out. Sometimes I have a picture in my mind of how I want my decor to turn out, and for once, this turned out exactly how I pictured it. So 98% of these things are from thrift stores or estate sales. The only thing that you could possibly purchase is the greenery, which is a garland from Hobby Lobby, and then the two lambs that you'll see up on the top shelf, those were from the Easter decor, as well as these little bird nests. But all the other pieces are just items that I have collected over the last year or so. Onto the kitchen. Sorry about the chicken thawing out in the sink. It is what it is. But I tried to carry on that green theme that I had going on in the dining room. So here I've just displayed what small collection of jadeite that I have. Actually, the two bowls are the only thing that is true vintage jadeite. These other two like kind of sugar dishes are by At Home International, and I'm not really sure on a date on those, so I don't want to say they're vintage and then somebody get upset at me, but I love how it's like jadeites and woods. I really love that a lot. And then I just hung a tiny little cutting board on the side of my cabinet. I really like to display things on each side of the cabinets, framing the window. I just think that looks really good. And then up top, I hung this fresh eggs sign that I found at the Goodwill, and I just distressed around the edges. On the other side of my cabinet, I always keep this cheese grater here. I got this idea off of Pinterest, so I just switch out the greenery for each season, as well as a little dish towel. And then on the wall, I don't really do much. I just hung this, I don't even know what this is, wooden scoop, and I like to display candles in it. I think that looks really primitive. And then I recently found this metal, I guess like cornbread pan at a thrift store, and I loved the green color. I thought it was perfect for spring. Here's my overly stuffed crock of utensils. I need to kind of downsize because it's looking a little filled. And I used this little chicken wire basket to add faux eggs or fake eggs into, just so I could pretend that I have chickens in my backyard, you know? And then here is my tiered tray that I wasn't going to do at all, but I recently found those green cups. They're by Homer Laughlin, and it inspired me to do a sort of like coffee themed tiered tray for spring. So that is what I've done in the kitchen. So that completes my spring home tour. If you guys enjoyed watching this, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed, please do. I post thrifting content as well as some decorating videos. And thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!